What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. So I posted a poll on Twitter and I asked the people that follow me who cared to vote which of the Glenfiddichs I should do first. The options were Glenfiddich Project XX, Glenfiddich IPA, and of course Glenfiddich 26-year-old. These were the samples sent to me from the Glenfiddich Ambassador of Canada, Beth. So I'll pour the rest of this out and give you guys a look. So Project X1, Project XX. Now the XX stands for 20 in Roman numerals because there's 20 different casks selected for Glenfiddich Project XX. 17 bourbon casks, 2 sherry casks, and 1 port pipe. Each of the casks was chosen by one of the ambassadors in the various countries that they are located. Our beloved ambassador, Beth, picked the 1 port pipe, which is really cool. It gives this expression of very, very unique taste. I had an opportunity, because these are pretty big samples, to taste it, write down some notes on it, see how it was before I decided to go ahead and give it a review. This is going to be released in the new year, okay, so keep your eyes out for it. It's part of the Experimental Series that Glenfiddich is doing, or they just recently introduced. It's been released in some parts of the UK and some parts of the United States, but not everywhere just yet. Like I said, this will be released in the new year. Look towards April, I believe, or May. The IPA is also part of the Experimental Series that Glenfiddich introduced. In my last video, I said that Glenfiddich 26-year-old is above $500. It's actually $1,300 at the LCBO. So I know that's drastically higher than most places in North America, in the UK. $1,300 is a lot of money, but from everything I've read, everything I've heard about, I haven't given it a taste yet. I will do a taste before I do the actual review because I have enough to do so, but $1,300. So it's pretty interesting, in my opinion, how the LCBO chooses their prices. I know I've spoken to the ambassador and a few other people and various other companies that represent various other Scotch brands, and they're all kind of upset about the way the LCBO picks their prices. There's not much they can do about it. It's completely government run. LCBO dictates what the price of each Scotch is in Ontario, other whiskeys as well. So they're kind of at the mercy of the LCBO. And to add a little bit of fuel to the fire, for those of you that don't know, the LCBO is the second largest purchaser of spirits in the world. So they're buying at such a huge velocity, at such a huge rate, that they're getting most of this stuff for cheaper than anybody else can get it. And yet their prices are astronomical, sometimes up to 300% higher than anywhere else in the world. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but it doesn't make me very happy, and I'm glad that I have people like Beth that are sending me stuff where I'm able to try beautiful whiskeys like this. And also, you know, by buying from the United States whenever I get the opportunity, or from the UK when I had the opportunity back in the day. Anyway, I digress. I want to go back to this beautiful whiskey that's going to be coming out in the new year, Glenfiddich Project XX, bottled at 47%, which is also very different from most Glenfiddich brands, most Glenfiddich bottles. All right, so 47%, 17 bourbon casks, 2 sherry, 1 port. I gotta say, when I nosed this yesterday, I got a lot of that port, that bread, that sweet bread type port smell. It was very reminiscent of other port casks, other port whiskeys that I've had. So the port comes out quite a bit, even though it's the only one compared to, 17 bourbon and 2 sherry, but it actually for me stands out quite a bit. Okay, get a lot of that sweet bread, like I said. You get a lot of like vanilla custard and strawberries. My mom makes these really good cookies. They're basically a sugar lemon glazed cookie. This smells a lot like that. It has that citrusy, sweet, honey-like note that the cookies have. As you can tell, this is a very sweet nose. The nose is absolutely beautiful on the Glenfiddich Project XX. Dare I say, it's actually, the nose is so good that your expectations are really high when you take the first sip. So, we're gonna get to the taste now. So like I said, strawberries, sweet bread, cookies, lemon cookies in particular, and vanilla custard on the nose. On the palate, it's got a weighty viscosity to it. Pretty creamy, very sweet, dessert-like sweetness to it. You get the vanilla, like a touch of banana from those bourbon casks. But you also, what's really reigning through is, like I said, very surprising, is that sweet bread the sweet bread note that I often pick up when I'm tasting or smelling a port whiskey. Honey, vanilla, a little less strawberry on the palate. Really, really good stuff. I personally can't wait till this bottle comes out. I've been dying to try it from when I first heard about it, and I first heard of what was going to be involved in this particular dram. I'm definitely going to pick up a bottle. I think I said that already. But it's not very often you get an opportunity to have a 47% Glenfiddich. And usually Glenfiddich doesn't disappoint, so this definitely doesn't disappoint. It's surprisingly balanced, considering that there's only one port cask, there's 2 sherry casks, and there's 17 bourbon casks. You get a little bit of all of it, okay? On the finish, you get that cinnamon, very reminiscent of a sherry cask. You get a lot of oak here. I would suggest that this is probably a little younger. It's probably closer to about 12 years old on average, if I had to guess. I could be wrong. That's just my take. But then again, it's higher. It's a higher abbreviation than the most Glenfiddich, so I could be wrong. It could be closer to like a 15 on average or 16 on average. Really, really good stuff. That's an A for me. Okay. Yesterday I had marked down that it was an A-, but it's better today than it was yesterday, possibly because I had a little bit more time to open up when I poured out the first jam in here. Possibly also because the way my palate is right now, but that's an A. It's really, really good stuff. Okay, I highly recommend it. I'm very nervous to try the Glenfiddich IPA because my personal confession is I'm not a huge IPA beer drinker. So we'll see what happens when I try that. I've heard that the two contrast very well and make a very good spirit, so we'll find out. But like I said, that's an A for me. My channel, for whatever reason, lately I've been getting a lot of subscribers, and I have you guys to thank. Thank you very much for the support. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, at Whisky in the Six on Instagram, at Whisky_in_the_6 on Twitter. Thank you once again to all my subscribers. I would like to, in the next little while, release a Whiskey of the Year, and hopefully the one that I choose, I'll have a little bit left of the bottle so I can share a dram as I'm talking about why it's my Whiskey of the Year. That'll come closer to the end of the year, as this has been close to the end of my first full year on YouTube. I started last New Year, so just around the New Year time, which is perfect because at the end of this year I'll choose my Whiskey of the Year, and then we can make that a tradition. Okay, so look for that towards the end of December. All right, like I said, I'm closing in on 12 months. I'm around 11 months just now. I just hit around 11 months. Okay, so I'll be hitting 12 months, which is a full year, and then I'll do my Whiskey of the Year, and we'll make that a tradition from now on. Subscribe below if you guys like this video. I have several other videos that might pique your interest. If you're new to this channel, have a look through my profile. All right, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all the support. Cheers.